The talks stretched through the night, so adrenaline in the world's press corps was starting to ebb. As the early morning sun tried to pierce the Brussels gloom, one tweet jolted the journalists back to life. It consisted of just one word, agreement, but it cut through the fog of sleepy speculation. That's because it was typed by the Belgian Prime Minister Charles Michel, one of the 19 people trapped inside that room for 17 hours of often fractious negotiation. Then events moved swiftly as the EU presidents confirmed an agreement had been reached, which could form the basis of future negotiations for a third bailout.
We had only one objective: to reach an agreement. After 17 hours of negotiations, we have finally reached it. Someone can say that we have an agreement.
There are no winners and no losers. I don't think that the Greek people has been humiliated, and I don't think that the other Europeans were losing their faith. It's a typical European arrangement.
The Eurozone leaders' meeting may have started with smiles on Sunday afternoon, but the bargaining was hard as the Greek leader Alexis Tsipras was forced at Grexit point to cross red line after red line, agreeing to reform pensions, liberalise labour laws and a state asset fund controlled by the creditors. He's even being forced to pass 4 laws through the Greek parliament by Wednesday night.
We
achieved the restructuring of the debt and secured financing for the medium term. The measures it includes were voted for by Parliament, measures that will create unavoidable recessionary trends. But I have the feeling, the conviction and the hope that the development package of 25 billion euros and the restructuring of the debt will convince the markets that Grexit is a thing of the past.
As the hashtag #ThisIsACoup's started to trend, leaders explained why they'd extracted further concessions and why the deal mattered.
In the opening paragraphs of this document, we point to the fact that trust needs to be rebuilt, that those in charge in Greece have to take responsibility for what we have decided here politically, and in order to be able to implement all of it.
At some point, we thought the Eurozone could split from one country, Greece. To deprive ourselves of Greece is not only to deprive ourselves of a country with its GDP and its people, but is also to deprive ourselves of a country that is at the very heart of our civilization.
It wasn't just Germany wielding the cudgel. Half the countries in the room were on their side, the Finnish finance ministers justifying the tough deal to Sky News.
It is not arm twisting, it is about fairness. I cannot tell the Finnish taxpayer that, listen, I'm going to have to take your taxes, put it to Greece, but there's no conditionality. They can do whatever they want with their money. But you need, first and foremost, to stick to the rules and regulations that we have decided commonly. If you breach those, there's no money.
Mr. Tsipras carried his troubles back home. He needs to get money flowing back into Greece and pass complex legislation in the teeth of domestic opposition. An imminent euro departure may have been averted, but the threat remains until the bailout deal has been signed. Robert Nisbet, Sky News.